Hey there. Have you been eagerly awaiting this month's story? It's another tale about other people's problems, written and performed by Marian Rydell. This one is titled Disconnected. Shit, my nail polish is chipping off. Diana threw the damp linen tea towel on the granite counter. It's been less than a week, and already my hands look like crap. You should wear rubber gloves. I think there's a pair under the sink. Nice bright yellow ones. She found her husband's voice slightly condescending as he scanned the newspaper. Diana glared at David, wishing she could ignite the page he held. Hey, here's a novel idea. What if the person who makes the meal doesn't have to clean up? Her mother's frittata recipe was worth the time required, but always left tough residue. Oh, it's more efficient if we tackle the tasks we're best suited to. Your domestic skills are much better than mine, my love. You should handle all things kitchen. He did not take his eyes off the page as he spoke. The frittata was fabulous, by the way. Oh, I'm happy to play at being chef. I have no desire to be subjected to your culinary skills. But I also seem to be in charge of cleaning, shopping, and laundry. You do domestic so well, my dearest. Really, I would have thought that your engineering degree might equip you to plug in a vacuum or turn on a washing machine. Diana rinsed the sink and used the damp tea towel to wipe the counter. I'd be happy to, but you always get to it before I do. David set down the newspaper, glanced to see if his wife was looking, then checked his phone. A smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. Well, that's an easy problem to solve, said Diana. Let's pick a night for you to do laundry. Any time after 7 p.m., when the hydro rates are lower, but before 10 o'clock, so we don't bother the people in the next unit. What do you say? Tuesdays work for you? Well, you know that Tuesday is my spin class. It takes work to keep in top form, honey. When I was at the club, I noticed that the Tuesday night class had been canceled. As of last month, it said. Oh, that. Well, the instructor, Jake, isn't running the class anymore. But a bunch of us still meet up and ride together. We've been doing it so long. All we need is the music and each other's encouragement. Really? I didn't realize you were that dedicated. I do it all for you, sweetie. You don't want to be married to a fat old man, do you? David picked up the paper and resumed the pretense of reading. Now that you mention it, I don't recall seeing your workout clothes in the wash this week. Are they quietly rotting in your bag? What? Oh, no, they're fine. It's dry fit stuff. They're pretty resilient. In fact, I thought I'd head over to the club now. Do some mileage on the treadmill. There are less people at this time of day. David folded the paper and looked at his wife. Oh, maybe I'll come with you. Diana dried her hands with the tea towel. I thought your knee was bothering you. The last thing you need to do is irritate it by walking on a treadmill. Why don't you call and see if you can get those nails fixed? David Webster. If I was a suspicious woman, I would think that you're trying to ditch me. Diana sat in the chair across from her husband. You seem unusually tense today, sweetie. Is everything all right? No. As I told you, I'm tired of doing all the work around here. I'm suffering from emotional exhaustion. Then a spa day would be perfect. No, David. What would be perfect is if you'd contribute to managing our household. Now that you're fully retired, there's no reason why you can't do some of the chores. It's not fair for you to leave me to do everything. May I remind you, sweetie, that I have tried to contribute. When I did the grocery shopping, you pointed out that I bought the wrong brands, missed the sale features, forgot key items. When I asked for a list, you said, and I'm quoting you exactly now, "If I have to go to the work of making a detailed list, I might as well do the shopping myself." That was just a symptom of my frustration. May I also point out that I handle all the financial investments. I do the home maintenance. I pay the bills. I ensure that the cars are serviced. And what? And I go to the theater with you, attend parties at your friends' houses, run errands for your mother. Oh, forgive me. I did not realize that our social life and family duties were such a burden for you. I'm not saying that. I'm just pointing out that I do make a contribution. That's all. David turned to gaze out the window. Maybe the problem is retirement. We're not used to being in each other's pockets all day, every day. I think it's healthy to have independent interests, spend time away from each other. Diana took a deep breath and struggled to control the emotional surge that threatened to ignite tears. I appreciate you sharing your feelings. She tried to assess her spouse objectively. His blue eyes remained powerful, and the corporate presence that he'd cultivated over the years remained intact. She wondered why his gray hair gave the appearance of being blonde, while she had to battle to keep silver streaks from her mousy brown hair. The stubbly beard he'd grown since retirement resulted in scrub brush contact, but suggested a youthful degree of casual grooming. Well, it's important for us to communicate. David made direct eye contact with his wife. That undertone of condescension was there again. She thought it was a byproduct of being the boss for so many years, but knew if she mentioned how it made her feel, her emotions would erupt. Anyway, I'd better head out if I'm going to get to the gym this morning. Why don't you give the salon a call, honey? Those nails do look pretty ragged. Once again, credit goes to 123RF for the images of this handsome man, and to Ben Sounds for the music. Credit also goes to Free SFX for the sound effects that added a little something extra to this month's story. If you enjoyed the video, please share the email with your friends, or, with their permission, send me their address and I'll add them to the list. My goal is to build exposure, and your support really helps.